This is the Dancers News Network with your host, the Ballroom Maestro.
Hello, thank you for joining us. I've made some notes, last minute notes that I'm going to be referring back to, so please forgive me. I'm going to go back to my notes here in just a moment. So let's be clear. The United States has not been at this point since the days before the Civil War. For the next 3 days, the inauguration of President-elect Joseph Biden is going to be held hostage by an insane, narcissistic sociopath and his horde of minions who have sucked up the big lie that he has told since the day after he lost the election. What does it say about a man who cannot process the concept of losing? We are taught from childhood, you win, you lose. Children are taught this basic concept early on. So what does it say about a grown man who is emotionally and psychologically unable to process the concept of losing? What it says about you, Mr. President, is that you are broken. How did we get here? 4 years of conspiracy theories, mistruths, alternate reality. 4 years of the most corrupt government in the history of the United States. 4 years of the most inept and deplorable executive management ever. Mind you, had Donald Trump, please forgive me, I was really trying not to call his name. Had Donald Trump been affiliated with a publicly traded corporation, with a corporation that has a board of trustees in charge of it, you have to know he would have never made it past the 2018 election. They would have kicked him out of here. He would have never made it past the second government shutdown. He would have never made it past late summer when the third wave was about to kick in. No. That would have never happened in corporate America. Now, mind you, what Donald Trump has sold you is his big company, big corporate guy that he is. But let's be clear. Donald Trump is his own boss. There is no board of directors over the Trump Corporation. Everything stops with him. So he doesn't have a board of directors explain to him, our profits are sagging and you're the reason why. So yeah, he kind of has been able to skirt by for years, convincing all of you that he's this big business tycoon. When in reality, the real reality show, he's a piss poor businessman. 4 years of the Republican establishment, first berating him. Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham, the entire Republican establishment talked about how bad this man, he was not fit to be president. Only to come back and to surrender to his heinous will for the last 4 years. The entire Republican establishment, with the exception of the Never Trumpers or rhinos or whichever branch you may happen to fall into. But let's be clear, the elected Republicans who represent the United States, the citizens of the United States in the United States Congress, have almost wholeheartedly sold their souls to this one man. And why? I'm about to become a little more graphic, a little less PC than you guys are used to, so please forgive me. For the last 4 years, I have watched as the Republican establishment has hung on to the nutsack of Donald Trump for one simple little reason. They have all become afraid of one man, his two thumbs on a social media platform. The entire Republican establishment is afraid of a tweet. Plain and simple. Grown ass men and women afraid of being tweeted. Your constitutional responsibilities to your constituents, or your fear of being tweeted and the primary that might come from it. You do not deserve to represent the constituents of this country. You simply don't. And let's be clear. Richard Nixon never made it this far. John Rose, Hugh Scott, Barry Goldwater, the Republican Party, his party, came to him and made it clear, sir, there ain't much we can do for you. You might want to roll up out of here. But for the last 4 years, we have watched this president openly commit crimes, calling the Secretary of State of the state of Georgia, bro, I'm looking for 11,780 votes. Telling this atrocious lie for 2.5 months, to the point that he would incite an insurrection against the United States Congress and the United States Capitol building. Hanging onto his nutsack because you are afraid of being tweeted. No, you don't get to represent me. You don't get to represent the rest of this country. And the fact that you have held on this long, you've kind of played yourself. So, to the Republican establishment, this is what you get. And now what? 3 more days of being held hostage, waiting for hope, like we did in 2008, like we did in 2012, waiting for hope, waiting for change, and praying very, very hard.
Advertise on the Dancers News Network. Prices starting at less than $50 a month. Contact 678-886-3695.
The Beckplex is your social distancing solution for both indoor and outdoor events. Bring your family on Friday nights to enjoy a drive-in movie with free refreshments or enjoy outdoor jazz performances under the stars. Call us, come by, or visit us online at the Beckplex.
In dancer-related news, a recent Washington Post article states that of all of the once harmless human behaviors that are now potentially deadly, social dancing is surely near the top of the list. It is easily one of the most dangerous activities we can do for the very reasons that it is also one of the most glorious. President-elect Biden released his aggressive COVID-19 strategy for the nation just yesterday. Dancers are asked to get your vaccines if you are able to. Remain vigilant throughout this time. We are almost through this period of the pandemic. Continue to maintain CDC guidelines. Continue to wear your mask. Continue to wash your hands. And as best as possible, remain socially distanced at least 6 to 10 feet as best as possible. We will get through this, and we'll get through it together. We'll all be back on the dance floor very, very soon.
Hey y'all, I'm Becca Todd, and welcome to the largest event center in the CSRA, the Beckplex. With more than 19,000 square feet of space to offer, the Beckplex is the largest event center of its kind in the CSRA. Stop by today or visit online for a virtual tour of the CSRA's largest and safest event space, the Beckplex. It's huge!
I am the Ballroom Maestro. On behalf of the Dancers News Network, I thank you for your time this evening. We pray that you and your family continue to stay safe.